What's going on, guys? It's me, Dreamliner Fan 2016 here, and today we have another model plane unboxing for you guys. And this is gonna be different as we're gonna be going back through time and unbox some retro models. Yes, retro models. I'm really excited to do this. I have never done like a full-blown retro unboxing before, because I did unbox a few retro models like that United 747 SP. But this is quite different as they're gonna be all retro models in this unboxing. I'm really excited to do this because like I've seen some of these like content creators who unbox retro models. I know JJ Skippy is a full-blown retro model guy, so really nice for him to do that. And yeah, JJ, if you're here, then hope you like this video. And Red River Aviation, he also unboxed some retro. Oh yeah, he does some mass unboxing retro models as well. And that's how I started to get into like these retro models. I kind of like decided to like go for this video because I want to learn more about the old aircraft airlines used to operate before they got retired. So eager to see on how these models will look like. I think they're gonna be, I know some of them are old and some are recently new, but I'm just excited to do this retro unboxing. I'm just excited. I can't wait to see these models into my collection, and they're gonna be perfect for my retro fleet. So without further ado, let's start off with our very first box. Alright, and here we go with our first model right here. Now keep in mind that all these models that you're gonna be seeing in this video are new to my collection, so this is my first model right here. This box comes from West Coast Diecast. Now of course I did purchase from them before, and like I said, like West Coast Diecast, they are a very nice retailer from Vancouver, Canada, and yeah, it's really nice to buy models from them. Of course with that Isonair 757-200 that I just got in Mass Unboxing 6, that was from them. And overall, they are a very nice retailer, and I can't wait to buy more from them. So, let's get started opening up this package right here. If I could try to, like, make sure my mic is out of the way. So, let's just start from, oops. Alright, so, now that's cut. The first one is cut. Here, let me try to, like, do something real fast. Okay, let me try cutting it from here. Not sure how this is gonna work, but I mean, it is what it is for me. Like, how I do it is how I do it. So, let me try opening for this. Oh, did they basically just like, I think they just like put tape around the corners, the entire corners. So, kinda a little hard to like take care of, but I still managed to take all these out. So, now that we got all the sides opened up, let's open up this flap over here. So let me see if I can try to do this. Hang on, guys. Ooh, kind of like a bit hard, but come on. Not really good at unboxing these types of like packages. Of course, this came from Canada, so probably that's the reason why. But let me try to like do this. I don't know if this is like a good idea or not. Alright, well, we got that open anyway. So as I take this out, let's see what's inside this bubble wrap, and we should expect a very amazing model right here. Oops, better be careful not to hit my camera, but here she is. This is the GeminiJets 2 United Airlines Boeing 737-300 in the blue tulip livery. This is my first Boeing 737-300 into my collection, and I think it should be a perfect model for my retro United fleet. And this is also my very first blue tulip aircraft. Now, if I can see if I have any like GSC from West Coast Diecast, if they sent me any. Well, I'm not sure if they have. Oh, they do, actually. It's hiding inside that small package, but what I got is this little thing. I think this is a baggage handler, so I think that's what it is. So there's that for you. And yeah, so really excited for this United 737-300. I think it's gonna be perfect for my collection. And yeah, so pretty much that's it for these boxes right here. If I could try not to hit my camera, so we're gonna yeet that box and everything else, and let's get started with the review. And here we go with the first model off the batch. And that is the United Airlines Boeing 737-300 in the blue tulip livery in 1/400 scale, made by GeminiJets 2. I think this is the first time I ever had like a box design for GeminiJets that looked like this, and I gotta say, it looks pretty nice. Old, modern, well, it's old because I think this was like 2000s if I were to guess, or yeah, it's around like the 2000s time frame. So really interesting box right here. So let's get started with the box. So you got this like very interesting metal thing, like it's some kind of like, it's kind of like is referring to like this is made out of metal, but technically it's plastic, or just what, cardboard if I were to guess. No, not cardboard, but plastic. It's a plastic box, but it's kind of like representing that it's made out of metal. So you got limited edition right there, die-cast model 1/400 scale. You got the computer-generated image of the aircraft along with the skies in the background, and yeah, it looks pretty nice. You got the old United Airlines tiles right there, and you got the Boeing 737-300 tiles right there, made for collectors by collectors. Of course, they have that slogan. The GeminiJets 2 logo right there, and produced under license by Boeing and the 737. So that's your Boeing licensed product right there. So looking pretty nice. Here are your sides. Registration of this aircraft is November 336 Uniform Alpha. And here's the other side right there. And here's the back side. And I gotta say, look at this. This is pretty interesting because it also shows like the aircraft information right here. So the aircraft type is a 737-322 United Airlines Blue Tulip. Construction number or serial number is 24535. Line number is 1760. These are CFM engines, and the first flight of this aircraft was August 2nd, 1989, and the delivery date for this aircraft is a month later on September 1st, 1989, that same year. And yeah, you got your highly collectible right there, as real as it gets. This is a 2004 release, so that's a very old model right there. So looking pretty nice right there. And the item number, if I could like put it right there, there we go. So the item number is GJUAL 498. So really excited to unbox this good old retro model. A nice model for my collection, and like I said, it's my first blue tulip model to add to my collection, so I'm really excited. And now let's open up the pamphlet and see that model inside. So if I could try to like extend my arm, there we go. So let's open it up and see what she looks like. So here we go, and there she is. Now that's a very tiny model right there. And as you can see here, it reads, "As real as it gets, details made for collectors by collectors." And here's the description of the aircraft right there. Of course, you can pause and read. This is also in the back as well, but it's in the very old style, so really nice to see that. And yeah, so here we go. And I know this model is going to be in the cradle mold, but I'll give GeminiJets credit for that because this is a very old model. So as I take her out, ooh, look at that. Also, the plastic has yellowed, so it's very, you can tell just how old this model is. Now, I'm not sure how I'm gonna like take care of this like cradle thing. There we go. So now let me check her out and take off some plastic right there. And here she is. Wow. Now this is a very interesting model indeed. Wow. I gotta say, a very interesting model back in 2004, and I gotta say, this is a very nice model to add to my collection. And here's the GeminiJets 2 1/400 scale United Airlines Boeing 737-300 in the Blue Tulip livery. I gotta say, this model looks absolutely fantastic, and I think GeminiJets did a very fantastic job on this model. And I'm eager to see on how this model goes into my collection. So, a little bit of tail heavy, but we got this. So, we'll start off here with the cockpit windows right there. So you got your cockpit windows right there. You got your eyebrow windows. You got the Star Alliance logo, a one boarding door, along with your nose gear and nose gear door. I gotta say, I think the nose gear is like perfectly in shape and height. And you got the nose cone right here. Looking pretty decent around that time. It kind of looks, I don't know how I can describe the nose, but it's a very old nose. And of course, it's in a very old mold as well. So you got your United Airlines tiles right there, and you got like all the different shades of blue, from sky blue to like a dark blue or navy blue. Looking pretty nice. I gotta say, the Blue Tulip looks pretty nice in livery. I hope there's like a retro livery in this soon. And like I said, it is tail heavy sometimes, but we'll get over it. Like, we'll get into the review. We'll get through this review. So you got your emergency exit door right there. There's no antennas back then from GeminiJets around that time. You just have like all the painted aerials and stuff like that beacon light. And here's the emergency exit door right there, like I said. Here's your leading edge of the wing right there. You got the slats, and the trailing edge, you got the flaps right there. You got the CFM56 engines right there. Let's look at that wing detail right there. So here it is right there in full detail. You got the fairings, spoilers, and all that. And here's your emergency exit. If we could try to like focus. Sorry about that. Don't know how well it can focus, but trying to make sure that it's focused. But you can see like that's basically the emergency exits right there. So I know it's kind of like hard to like focus. Of course, oops. Hate it when it's tail heavy sometimes, but we'll get into it. Like I said, so here's your L2 door right there. You got your US flag right there. If I could try like point it, there we go. And the registration of the aircraft, of course, November 366 Uniform Alpha. And there's the horizontal stabilizers and the APU right there. And there's your, what is that? Oh yeah, so there's your blue tulip tail. There's your dorsal fin, and I gotta say, it is a very nice tail. I gotta say, looking very fantastic. Now I move on to this side. So over here, oh, it's gonna take a while, but over here you got your cargo door right there. So there's your first cargo door, and moving on to the back side, there's your second cargo door. And of course, like always, it's sometimes tail heavy, but what can you do? And here we go with the front top of the aircraft. So here's the top view of the aircraft, looking pretty nice right there. You can see the emergency exits a little bit more better. Here's the back side with the nice silver metallic over there. You got your big GeminiJets logo and your stand hole right there. Of course, it is a one piece, and the nose and the landing gear does not roll, which is pretty normal for like a very old GeminiJets model, but I'll take care of that. I mean, what I mean is like, it's all good. Either way, old model. So here's the front right there, looking pretty nice. And as I transition to the back, you got the very back side with perfectly leveled horizontal stabilizers. So overall, this is a very nice model from GeminiJets 2 around the 2004 time frame. And overall, nice to have my first blue tulip aircraft into my collection. Now, if you guys are wondering where this aircraft is now, it says that it's stored on, I don't know what airport, but the remark says the status of this aircraft, it says that it's stored, and it was stored back in 2008, if I were to guess. Now, if I were to look at planespotters.net, so let me just pull up. Oh, actually, never mind. It's actually scrapped in Victorville, so that's unfortunate. So this exact aircraft basically just got scrapped while it was stored first, and then it went into Victorville on October 22nd, 2009, and it was unfortunately broken up or scrapped on April of 2010. Now, in terms of United Airlines fleet of 737-300s, they used to have 103 of those, and their first aircraft first flew in 1986. So basically these Boeing 737-300s from United Airlines flown from 1986 until they retired them in 2009, and these were basically replaced by the A320 family, the CRJ700, and the 737NG family. And they used to have 103 of those aircraft, so I gotta say, they're a very nice aircraft from United's fleet, and while they are retired, I gotta say, like, the United Airlines fleet of 737-300s are very nice. We kind of like, I think it's not rare to see 737-300s, and of course, these operate with no winglets. I know Southwest has some 737-300s with winglets, but United, I think around that time, United didn't have any like winglets on their 737-300s. So, like I said, it's a very nice aircraft from GeminiJets 2, and once again, really nice to have this. Now let's move on to our next model. Alright, so next box off the batch comes from Waffle Collectibles, and this is one of their restock orders. Well, I think it's like a collection sale or restock, but I'm taking this as a restock order, and it's a model that I think would be perfect for my United collection also, and I've seen some collectors have this model, I think ever since like in the summer period of this year, and yeah, so I decided to get one for myself. So as I open up this box right here, ooh, I'm kind of like excited because like this is gonna be an awesome model, and it's another new aircraft to add to my collection or to my fleet. So I'm eager to see on how this is gonna turn out. So now that we got that opened up, let's take out the pamphlet, well, the flaps of course, and with all these newspaper, the model should be inside, and whew, really excited. Once again, this is from Waffle Collectibles, so really nice to buy some models from them. Oops, kind of like ripped a couple paper. Oops, not meaning to hit my light. Now let me see if I can try. Ooh, this is kind of like hard. I think I may have to like rip open the box just a few bits of. Come on. Ooh. Or maybe I could just like tap it down like this. See if I can try to like come down. I know it's kind of like typically if I were to do that, then that would have been easier. I think they just like literally just put the small inside and then like just put in newspaper so it can have an easy tight fit upon shipping. Otherwise that model would be broken upon transit. So I think that's what Waffle Collectibles were doing. So if I could try to like get this out. Bear with me guys, it's gonna take a while. Come on. Oh, there we go. It's coming out, it's coming. There we go. So perfect right there. And as I take out all these newspaper, we have this beauty right here. Oh yes. This is the United Airlines Boeing 727-200 in the Battleship Gray livery. My first ever Boeing 727 added to my collection, and man, this is gonna be a perfect model. I know many collectors said that this model is gonna be gorgeous, so I'm eager to see for myself. So that's it for all these boxes right here and this new newspaper. So we're gonna yeet that box, and man, whew, yes sir, take a look at that box right there. Man, I'm just excited to unbox this. And here's this beauty right here. This is the GeminiJets 1/400 scale United Airlines Boeing 727-200 in the Battleship Gray livery. I am just super excited to have this model into my collection and another Battleship Gray aircraft added to my retro fleet. And man, the 727 looks very nice in the Battleship Gray livery. So, of course, this is kind of like the same box design as my 737-300 in the Blue Tulip livery. You got the United Airlines logo right there, Boeing 727-200 right there. You got the... This is actually the model itself, I think, if I were to zoom, because, like, look at it. And you got, like, the skies right there. Die-cast model front scale. GeminiJets logo right there, made for collectors by collectors. And you got all the aircrafts right there. Boeing 707, 717, 727, 737, 747, 757, 767, 777. And what's missing is the 787. Nah, it's kind of, I just wanted to read that just for fun, but yeah. Anyways, so you got all these stuff right there. There's the database sticker right there from Waffle. And the registration of this aircraft is November 72901 uniform. And as I go to the back, here's the back. So here's all these stuff right there. As real as it gets features, GeminiJets logo, all this stuff right there. You got all these information right there. The aircraft is a 727-222A, United Airlines Battleship. Construction number or serial number is 2159, line number is 1441. And these are Pratt & Whitney JT8Ds. And the rollout date for this aircraft is January 12th, 1979. First flight of this aircraft is January 25th, that same year. And the delivery date for this aircraft is February 6th, of course, that same year. And this is a 2000 release. I think this is the oldest GeminiJets model I have. This is the oldest GeminiJets model I have in my collection. Wow, 2000. That is old, I gotta say. Wow. And the item number of this model is GJUAL 14. What? GJUAL 114. There we go. So I'm just excited to unbox this model, and man, I am beyond excited to see it in my own eyes. And man, really excited to add this beautiful model into my United Retro collection. And here we go, everybody. Oh man, I can't wait to open the pamphlet. Whew, I'm just excited for this. But man, I'm ready. Here we go. Let's open it. Wow, there she is. My goodness me. Holy. Wow. Alright, so you got the as real as it gets details right there, of course. And here's all the information for this Boeing 727. Kind of like similar to the back, but you have all this like description of the Boeing 727 itself. So pretty nice. So of course you can pause that. And here we go. Oh my god. Come on. Get out of there. Get out of there, please. Oh boy. Come on. I just want to open you up so bad. Oh my god. There. Oh, yes, sir. Come on. Whew. Of course, these plastic cradles are kind of like hard to open because there's no like grooves or anything. But other than that, I just want this model to be in my hands. Oh boy. Come on. Come on. Oh. Whoa. Oh my goodness. Whoo. Wow. Oh man. Wow, take a look at this, ladies and gentlemen. My goodness, this is a stunner right here. Wow. Oh my goodness. Ooh wee. Take a look at that. Man. Wow. Whew. Now that is just pretty right there. What a pretty model from GeminiJets. Wow. That is beautiful. And here's the GeminiJets 1/400 scale United Airlines Boeing 727-200 in the Battleship Gray livery. Oh my goodness, this model looks absolutely beautiful, and man, what a nice model to have into my collection. This is also my first tri-jet added to my collection, and man, that's just beautiful right there. So let's get started with the review. So you got your cockpit windows right there. You got the eyebrow windows as well. You got the nose shape of the aircraft, which actually looks pretty nice. You got worldwide services. Yeah, it says worldwide service. So you got worldwide service tiles right there. You got the L1 boarding door right there. You got the nose gear door looking pretty nice. Here's the orange, red, and like a light blue cheat line that goes along this, like the side of the aircraft right there. You got the top with the gray, like the gray navy. It's like a Battleship Gray. That's why it's called Battleship Gray livery. And then you got the navy blue right there, looking pretty nice. And then you got the United Airlines titles in their font back then in the Battleship Gray era, looking absolutely very nice. Next up, we move into the middle side of the aircraft. Let me try to like zoom out real quick. There we go. So now that I zoom out, so you got your emergency exit doors right there. You got the aircraft's wing right there. This is a cantilever because there's nothing added into the wing. Let me give you guys like a nice wing detail right there. So here's the wing. There's your leading edge right there with the slats and the trailing edge with the flaps. And I think this is where the spoilers are if I were to guess. And there's the emergency exit door indicators right there. Looking pretty nice. At the bottom of the wing, you should see your fairings right there. Looking very nice. Moving on to the very back side of the aircraft, there's your L2 door right there. Looking pretty nice. And these are the JT8D-15 engines, if I were to guess. I think those are JT8D-15s, if I were to guess. Yeah, I think those are JT8D-15 engines. So those are the engines on the Boeing 727 right there. You got your US flag right there. And of course the registration of this aircraft, November 72901 uniform. And moving on to the very back side of the aircraft, you got your T-tail right there, looking pretty nice. There's your APU. And the blue tulip. Well, this is the tulip logo for the United Airlines back then, and there's all the amazing Battleship Gray tail design, looking very nice. And once again, this is a T-tail because the horizontal stabilizers are at the top. So, wow, this is just amazing. This is just absolutely amazing. And now moving on to this side, I think this, oh yeah, this is where your cargo door would be. That's your front cargo door, and there's your back cargo door. Man, what a beautiful model by GeminiJets right here in the 2000s time frame, because wow, I can't believe I have this model in my collection. It's a very fantastic model, and I'm just fortunate enough to have this. And now for a top view. So here's the top view of the aircraft. No aerials, of course, since this is like a old mold. So there's your top view. Moving on to the bottom view, you got a very nice metallic right there on this side right here. There's no stand hole, which is interesting. And you got the white GeminiJets logo right there, looking pretty nice. And of course, there's your main gear right there. And of course, it is a one-piece mold, since it's, once again, old mold. Here's the front view of the aircraft, which I gotta say, it looks very nice from this angle. And here's the back side of the aircraft, if I could try. There we go. And I gotta say, perfectly leveled horizontal stabilizers. So wow, this is just amazing right here. This is a job well done by GeminiJets in the 2000s time frame, and wow, that is just amazing right there. Take a look at this aircraft. Wow. So this aircraft right here, November 72901 uniform. Unfortunately, this aircraft is scrapped. I think it was withdrawn or retired from the fleet, from the United Airlines fleet. And yeah, like I said, it's scrapped in Goodyear. And I think it is around the same year, around the time, or maybe that could be the year where it got scrapped. I'm not sure, but all it says that it was scrapped, and I'm assuming it was sent to Goodyear Airport or the Boneyard on September of 2023. And in terms of United Airlines Boeing 727 fleet, they had like 104 of these aircraft back then. They started service with this aircraft in 1968, and it lasted until 2001 when they retired their last 727. And these are replaced by the A320 family, the 737NG family, and the CRJ700, just like that 737-300 in the Bluetooth livery. So yeah, that's just like a rundown on United's 727 fleet, mainly the 200s. They have 126 727-100s, but I'm mainly focusing on the 727-200s. So yeah, so that is that GeminiJets model right here. What an absolutely beautiful model right here, and once again, I'm just so fortunate enough to have this beautiful aircraft into my collection. Whew, man, where do I even begin with this model? That's just absolutely amazing. But I'm not sure if this model is going to be amazing because we have one final model I want to unbox, and I think this last model is going to be a banger to say the least. So let's jump into our final model. And our final model for today's unboxing is actually a two-part. So I actually have two things right here. One is this envelope and one is the box. But yeah, this is going to be a two-part. So I think what I'm going to start with first is this one right here. So this is an envelope from USPS. So I think we're going to start with that first, and then next up we're going to get into this model. So let's begin with this envelope first. So here's the envelope right here. This is from the Model Air plane tag. So this is actually a plane tag that I decided to get. And this is actually my first plane tag that I'm going to have in my collection. Well, technically some aviation, I'm going to have in my aviation memorabilia collection. And I do apologize if there's like a smear over there. I try to like do something, like I try to like scribble up. I try to block the address, of course, because I don't want to show mine, and for some reason I kind of like accidentally rubbed my finger into this, and then yeah, it ended up looking like that. But overall, I'm just excited to have my first plane tag, and here we go. Let's unbox this first. So of course this is part one. This will be part one for this two-part unboxing of my final model. So I'm just excited to finally have this. Alright, so here we go. So as I take this out, we got some stuff right here, some bubble wrap right here. And as I take out, I should have my first plane tag, and there it is. If I can try to like get this out. There it is! Wow, take a look at this. This is from a Delta Airlines Lockheed L1011 TriStar. Wow, this is very interesting. At first glance, I thought this plane tag is going to be small, but judging by it now, it's kind of like a bit big, but wow. And of course, I do have my invoice from them, but there it is. Wow. So this is part one right here. This is my plane tag of a Delta Airlines Lockheed L1011 TriStar. So I'm just gonna like do a quick review on this. So this is a Delta Airlines L1011 TriStar, like I said. I think this is the serial number is 19, or this is the line number if I were to guess. This is like 1930 of 5,000 tail of November 786 Delta Lima. So of course this is the aircraft November 786 Delta Lima. That's a L1011. And putting at the very back, you have all these description right here of the Lockheed L1011 TriStar. You can pause and read that if I can move closer. Here we go, you can pause that. So once again, this is tail number November 786 Delta Lima. And if I were to guess, this can be the the line number 1930. I think that's the line number of the L1011. So, and here it is, some more stuff right there. Now, of course, with plane tags, this actually came from the actual aircraft itself. This was from the actual aircraft. So they kind of like cut off a piece of like this rectangular piece of an aircraft in Mojave. This came from the Mojave, and they kind of like edited it. So overall, what a nice thing to have a piece of history in aviation into my collection, in my aviation memorabilia collection. This is absolutely gorgeous, and man, I'm just super happy. I don't even want to take off this like thing. This is just absolutely amazing, and I'm just super happy to finally have my first plane tag. So yeah, wow. That is absolutely amazing. But before we move on, I do want to show you guys some like information on air fleets that I have. So this is the information on air fleets of November 786 Delta Lima. So this is serial number. This is actually the serial number of the aircraft. So that is 1123. And I think 1930 is the line number of this aircraft. So once again, this is the L1011-1. And the first flight date of this aircraft was August 23rd, 1975, and this aircraft has 3 Rolls-Royce RB211-2B engines, and of course it is scrapped because, like, of course this is a piece of aviation history right there. And this aircraft actually, before it operated out of Delta, this aircraft used to operate for Eastern Airlines, so that's registered November 332 Echo Alpha, and the delivery date of this aircraft was November 21st, 1975, and then it got transferred into Delta Airlines on December 4th, 1991. So very interesting right there. And of course, it was then stored in Victorville in 1999, where it was scrapped afterwards. So I think many of the Delta L1011s are already scrapped at this point. I don't think none of the Delta L1011s were preserved, which is quite unfortunate because I gotta say, the Delta L1011s were pretty cool around that time. So I guess that's pretty much it for the history portion of this aircraft right there. Now let's move on to part 2 of that box. And here we go with the part 2 of the model that I'll be unboxing for this retro unboxing. Now this box comes from the Diecast Airplane store, and I gotta say, the Diecast Airplane store, they're a very nice store. And man, I'm just really excited to have this model. I think this is gonna be this is a new retro model for this airline. And man, I think this model would pretty much top this off for this unboxing. So I'm just excited to unbox that, so here we go. If I can try to cut all of this. Come on, and cut all of that. There we go. Now if I could try avoiding hitting my lights. There we go, now that's a perfect cut right there. Alright, now let's open up the flaps if I can. Oop, there we go. Alright, now as I take out the flaps, ooh, I think I see it. I think I see it. Let me just remove all this packing paper, and there she is. Yes, sir. Come on, get out of there. Oh man, here we go. Right here, we have the NG models 1/400 scale Delta Airlines Lockheed L1011 TriStar from NG models July 2022 releases. Man, I am just excited to also have this model into my collection. I've been wanting to have a Delta L1011 for quite a long time, and it's kind of like taking me a while to open up this bubble wrap right here. I don't know why, but if I could try to like open that, there we go. Man, come on, open up. Come on, there we go. There we go. Yes, sir. There she is. Oh my goodness. Wow. Holy. Oh man, I'm just excited to have this beautiful model. I think this is going to be perfect for my Delta retro fleet, and jeez. Oh man, I'm just excited. Well, there's nothing in this box rather than my invoice, so we're just going to like, if I can fling this, there we go. And man, whoo-wee, I'm just excited. You know, this, I know my plane tag, this is also cool to have, but having the model itself in 1/400 scale, that just makes it more amazing. Now let me just review the box. I just cannot wait to take this out. But here we go, everybody. And here she is, the NG models 1/400 scale Delta Airlines Lockheed L1011 TriStar in 1/400 scale in their July 2022 releases. Man, I am super excited to finally have this beautiful model into my collection. My first Delta Retro, my first L1011 TriStar. Wow, this is gonna be a banger to say the least. I am just super excited to finally have this. So, whew, beyond excited. So you got the Lockheed L1011-1 tiles right there. L1011 TriStar logo right there. You got the computer generated image of the aircraft right there. You got this. This is actually the first half of the box, because if you were to get the We the People L1011, and you'll form a second Delta widget logo, and that has like the stars on it. And of course, this is actually in Delta's first widget logo, their original widget, basically. So that looks pretty nice right there. You got the NG models logo right there, 1/400 scale diecast collectible models, diecast metal. You got the old Delta Airlines logo right there, and here's the registration of this aircraft. This is registered November 725 Delta Alpha, which she is actually the sister ship of November 726 Delta Alpha, the aircraft that crashed from a microburst as Delta Flight 191. And while it's kind of like dark, at least November 725 Delta Alpha managed to live until its retirement, so that's pretty interesting right there. So here are the sides right here. Looking very nice. There is the old Delta logo. Pretty much the same. Of course, And here's the back side, which is pretty much the same. Once again, this is an NG's July 2022 releases, so this model is kind of like new. So you got the NG logo right there, their social media pages, and of course, pretty much the same here with all your choking hazards right there. And the item number of this model is November, not November, the item number is 31025. So, man, I just can't wait to unbox this. I'm eager to see this beautiful model in person, and man, I am gonna be blown away when I finally see this come out of the box. Wow, I think this model is gonna be absolutely amazing. Let's unbox this and see this model from my very own eyes. And let's do this, everybody. Oh man, I just can't wait. Oh boy. Whew. Come on. I need you to get out of that box so I can see you, please. Alright, where can I, like, unbox this? Should I unbox it here? Oh, I'm trying to, like, come on. If I could try opening it from the top, that should work, so there's no, like, dents in the middle. Come on. Oh, it's kind of, like, hard to take out these kinds of boxes. I never had, like, a L1011 before, but, yeah. It's kind of like similar to, like, these AC30 boxes, but there we go. Oh, boy. Come on. Oh, yes. Alright, now let me just, like, take her out. Come on. But first, before that, here's my CRP from NG Models. This is in the June 2022 format. Of course, I got these a couple of times. But here we go, everybody. Oh my god. Come on, get out of there. Get out of there, please. Come on. Let's see how we can take her out. Ooh. Oh man. Oh my goodness. Come on, get out. Alright, let me check the quality controls. That wing is good. That wing is also good. What about the horizontal stabilizers? Oh my gosh. Whoa. Wow. Oh my goodness gracious. Wow. Holy crap. Whoa. Man, she is beautiful. Wow. What do I even say? I cannot stop holding this model. This is absolutely beautiful right there. Man. Wow. NG's TriStars. Jeez. Wow. Oh my gosh. Whoa. Wow, take a look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Holy crap. My goodness. Holy. Oh my god, wow. Like, Jesus Christ. Wow, take a look at that. Man, I am flabbergasted. This model is beautiful. Now let's get into reviewing of this beautiful aircraft right here. Man, I'm just so happy to finally have this model into my Delta collection. And there she is, ladies and gentlemen. The NG Models 1/400 scale Delta Airlines Lockheed L1011 TriStar in their 1962 original classic Delta widget livery. Wow. Where do I even begin with this model right here? I think NG Models did a wonderful job on this amazing model, and my goodness, seeing it from my very own eyes, that is just a gorgeous 1/400 model right there. A perfect retro model for my Delta Airlines fleet. Man, she is absolutely wonderful. Now, of course, I'm here to review this model for you guys, not to ramble on how awesome this model is. So let's get started. So, here we go. You got the cockpit windows right there, then you got the L1 boarding door with your original Delta widget logo right there. You got the black thing, black anti-glare for the sun, for the pilots, so they won't get blocked by the sun, so that's the purpose. This is the anti-glare paint. There, looking pretty nice. There's your nose gear right there and your nose gear door. Here's the bottom of the aircraft, the underbelly, and holy crap, look at that! This is actually made out of chrome as well. Holy, this is like, this part is chrome. Holy, wow. That is incredible right there. And I think NG did a fantastic job on the chrome. Wow, it just looks beautiful. And you got your old Delta Airlines logo right there. You got the top antenna right there, looking pretty nice. As I move on to the middle of the aircraft, you got the L2 boarding door. I'm not sure if I would consider this a L2 boarding door, or maybe just the L2 door, maybe. And yeah, there's that. Here's your Rolls-Royce RB211-22B engines right there. That's your first one right there. And of course, this is the port engine, and the starboard engines should be at the very, like the other side as well. So looking pretty nice right there. Let's look at that wing detail. And there's the wing detail, and oh my god, wow. Look at that, it's also made out of like chrome as well, so it's very reflectant right there. Holy jeez, wow. These TriStars back then, though, they are a very cool aircraft, I gotta say. So, there's your leading edge with the slats and the trailing edge with the flaps, and you also got the spoilers and the fairings as well. Looking absolutely beautiful. Now let me set her down gently like that. And now we move on to the back side of the aircraft. Right there. You got your L3 door and your L4 door right there. I think the L4 door is supposed to be like tiny, I think. Don't know much of the L1011s. It's kind of like my first time like reviewing one. So I'm not really familiarized with the L1011s as of yet. But hopefully soon. Then you got the registration right there. November 725 Delta Alpha and your US flag. There's your other RB211-22B engine. This is a very cool design on the L1011. It forms like a nice S cone shape, like an S shape, which is kind of like typical for like an L1011's design. Which I gotta say, it looks absolutely very nice. And here's the ports. Well, not the port. There's your horizontal stabilizer right there. And I think this is part of the engine. I'm not sure where the APU is on this L1011, but if anybody can let me know in the comments, I'll be happy to reply. And there's the 1962 Delta widget tail, looking absolutely sharp. Wow, look at that. And there's your ship number right there. Also, the horizontal stabilizers are also chrome as well. So you can see these chrome detail. Wow, that is interesting right there. Of course, the L1011 had a very cool design back then. And yeah. Now let me just like move it to the starboard side. So here's the starboard side of the aircraft. So there's your cargo door right there, looking very nice. And I think there should be a back cargo door somewhere over there. I'm not sure, but maybe if it's somewhere over there, then maybe. But overall, I think I'm not sure where this cargo door, the other cargo door is. I'm not sure if the L1011 has two cargo doors on the starboard side or just one, but overall, I'm just super happy to finally have this model. This is just a stellar from NG models right there in their July 2022 releases. And now let me give you guys a top view of this beautiful aircraft. So here's your top view right there, looking pretty nice. I'm not sure if there's gotta be like two beacon lights on L1011. I'm not sure if that's the design of it, but overall the top looks nice. Here's the bottom side with your main landing gear right there. You got two antennas at the bottom and your stand hole right there. And let's just look at the chrome. Holy wow. Damn, look at that. Sheesh. Wow. Oh my goodness. It's reflectance. Wow, that is beautiful. Now moving on to the front, there's your front view. Wow, look at that front. Looking very nice. And if I could try to like move, if I could try to move to the back view, there is your back view right there. Wow, looking pretty nice with horizontal stabilizers, looking straight and level. So this is a very fantastic model. This is a fantastic model by NG. This is beautiful. Now, for this particular aircraft, November 725 Delta Alpha, its first flight was actually back in, if I can try, There we go. So this aircraft had its first flight on February 3rd of 1979, and this aircraft was delivered to Delta Airlines on February 21st of that same year. So it continued operating with the airline until it was stored in Mojave in 1998 when this aircraft retired. And unfortunately, this aircraft, like most other Delta L-1011s, this aircraft was scrapped in 2002. And was it? Yeah, it was in the Mojave Desert. So yeah, so it was stored in the Mojave Desert in 1998 and scrapped in 2002. So that's quite unfortunate because really sad that the Delta L-1011s can't be preserved. I'm not sure why they decided to scrap all of their aircraft, but that's just sad. In terms of Delta's L-1011 fleet, they operated 70 aircraft back then, and their first aircraft was delivered in 1973, and they continued operating this aircraft until they retired their last aircraft in 2001. And that aircraft has since then been replaced by the Boeing 767-400ER. And of course, like I said on the previous time when I was reviewing the box, this is November 725 Delta Alpha, the sister ship of November 726 Delta Alpha, which was the aircraft that was involved of Flight 191 when it crashed after encountering a microburst in Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas. So, while that is dark, I'm so nice to have this model into my collection. It just looks fantastic in 1/400 scale. Seeing this in person, look at that. Let me give you another close-up view on that. Wow, take a look at that. That is beautiful right there, everybody. Wow, so proud to finally have my Delta L-1011 TriStar. Thankfully, Diecast Airplane Store had a couple of these in stock in their shelves, and overall, I am just super happy to finally have this into my collection. I know a lot of collectors want this model real bad, and I'm glad to be part of that. Wow, that model is beautiful. So that is pretty much it for this retro unboxing. What a way to end it off with this beautiful model right here. And with that being said, let me get all my 3 models and conclude this amazing video. Let's get all the retro models. And here are all my 3 retro models in today's unboxing. Man, does that scream retro for you? Wow, this looks absolutely amazing right here. Wow, look at that. We got 2 Uniteds and 1 Delta Retro. That's what I'm talking about right there. Now that's retro right there. We got a Blue Tulip, a Battleship Gray, and a classic Delta Retro. Oh wait, what's that? Oh yeah, the classic Delta widget livery on our unboxing. So we got our 727 right here, our L-1011, and our 737-300. Both of these models or these aircraft are new to my collection, and I'm just so fortunate to have them. Wow, really nice lineup of retro models right there. It looks very fantastic, and I assure you guys that these models are perfect for my collection. Well, including that plane tag as well. That's a nice piece of aviation memorabilia right there. So once again, really glad to have these retro models, and yeah, I guess that is it for today's video. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and turn on that post notification bell so you won't miss a video like this anytime soon. And if you want to see more of my model plane content, then you can click on the card that's going to appear on your screen, and you can check out all my model plane stuff from there. And don't forget to check out my unboxings as well, so you can also click on that card, and you can check out all my unboxings from there. So yeah, that is it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Anyways, good night.